We are live. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. This is VaShawn and with me is Charlene Burke. And I'm sure you've seen some of our emails. If you don't know us personally, hopefully you've seen our emails or seen some of our posts, our blogs, our videos, etc. Because we're all over the internet. But today is all about you. The reason it's about you is because we want to share something with you that's amazing. And that is our big event that's coming up. Hold on, I got some more noise.
I can't hear you.
All right, there we go. I had the actual hangout going on in the background on another screen, and I was getting echo. But I wanted to say again that the reason that we're here today is about you. We want to share something amazing with you, and that is an opportunity for you to meet us in person in Branson, Missouri. And we're going to get into that. But first, I think for those of you that are watching us, you need to kind of know who you're dealing with here. Who are we? Why are we here? And what gives us the permission to come into your life right now and help share what we have to share with you. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Charlene and let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about who she is, where she came from, and why she is awesome. So go ahead, Charlene.
Thank you, VaShawn. I am so excited to be here. I am so excited about our event that I have been telling everybody locally that they just have to pile into a bus and come out. Just so you know, I've already done that. So I'm Charlene Burke, and in 2008, I started my own business, and it is an online marketing agency, and it is fully internet dependent, if you will. If it's dependent on anything, it's an internet connection. I did that because after many, many, many years of trying to fit myself into the corporate world, trying to be okay with being fenced in a cubicle farm and doing the prairie dogging, you know, above the cubicles, and trying to fit in with what the businesses wanted me to do, and fighting. And fighting in terms of these businesses were coasting. They weren't up to speed on what's happening out there. They weren't up to speed with their customers. And even though they would ask me to make changes, ask me, what do you think? How should we do this? And I would tell them, they would ignore me. The other thing is that because of that stress, I firmly believe that's why I got very, very ill. And in the early 2000s, I decided I have to find something that I can do, where I can show that I know what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to being online. And in 2007, I found a business opportunity that I bought into and went live in June 2008. Since then, I have worked with businesses. I've been training individuals, professionals in a variety of settings about online marketing, tactics, strategies, all that stuff. And then last year, I added a component to my business, and I call it Grow Because You Know. And it is focused on the individual that wants to succeed online. So I'm able to bring my training background, my knowledge of the internet and how it works, my knowledge of customers and how to get them, my knowledge of how to run a business to partner with you, VaShawn, since last year in working on getting us in front of these individuals to say, hey, it's possible, let's go, let's do it. So that, as close to a nutshell as I can get, briefly, is who I am. Oh, wait, one other thing, and I've got to share this because I'm so excited. I love to shoot pool, and I found out I'm really good at it. So I've been in a couple of tournaments. I've got trophies and patches, and that is the little secret of Charlene, is that if you give me a trophy, I am very happy. So that's it.
That's awesome, Charlene. And, you know, in case you didn't know, Charlene and I have been business partners here for a while. We actually were in another business together many years ago, and we got reconnected over the past year and have been partnering and doing some amazing things in the world of the internet. And I'm just so honored to have her as a co-host in this big event that we're doing. So let me share a little bit about me now that you know a little bit about Charlene and her amazing background. For me, my name again is VaShawn, and I have been an entrepreneur for the past 2 years consistently. Although I've had other businesses, the past 2 years have been just amazing. I actually I have my internet business. I do internet marketing and promotions, as well as trainings and coaching and things like that. I also have my own TV show. Some of you who know me, I am a martial artist. I've been a long time martial artist. So like Charlene shoots pool, my passion, one of my passions is the martial arts. And I actually own a business here in town, and I'm an instructor at a martial arts studio. And because of that, I took that vision and I turned it into a martial arts TV show called the Martial Way Network. So I actually produce that as well. So I've got my hands in a lot of things, but my biggest thing that I just adore more than anything is the internet and spreading the word and spreading messages on the internet. And I have a lot of experience doing that. And I've had the pleasure of being able to work with some incredible entrepreneurs over the years in order to help grow my business, both as students and mentors. So I'm honored to have you here, and Charlene and I are looking forward to sharing with you what we've learned that has worked tremendously well in both of our businesses. So one of the reasons for this call is not just to share with you about the event, which I'm sure that's why you're here. You want to find out all the details. You'll see there is a button below, and you can click it, but I don't want you to lose the focus right now. So stay with us before you click that button. And what I'd like to share next is a very short little piece or basic information about one of the opportunities we'll be sharing with you, and that is how to build the mindset of a hero. And our event, of course, is called Zero to Hero, because we believe that we can take anyone from zero, in other words, a beginner, all the way to a hero in online marketing. And we are proof of that, because both of us have had experience being a beginner and then taking our businesses and lives. And one of the foundations, the building block of starting any business, not just an online business, is your mindset. What I mean by that is actually, you know, how you think about life. Do you have the mind of an entrepreneur? Do you have the mind, the creative genius of a marketer? And believe it or not, you can actually improve those. If you don't have that creative juice that just flows through you on a regular basis, you can improve that with some basic mindset tips and tricks. So I'm just going to give you a few things that I do every day, and I'm sure Charlene does, because I know her really well. And these are things that can help improve you and your life every day if you do these. Okay, so number one, and if you're taking some notes, here's one thing you can do, and that is you need to read something every day. Read a book every day. Okay, now, not just any book, you know, not just some romance novel or something like that. I'm talking about self-development type books, things that are going to take you and your business to the next level. So every day I read for a minimum of 30 minutes a book or self-development book. Now, I will say one of the cheats that I do is I'll listen to a book on audio. So that's if you don't have time to read, because I know a lot of people think, well, I don't really have time to read with my busy schedule. Well, I will tell you that ever since I started reading or listening to Audible, is what I use, the app Audible. Since I started doing that, my life has dramatically changed for the better. I have been more focused, more driven, I've had more ideas that have helped me in my business and helped others in their business. So I recommend reading. I can give you a few ideas for some books that have really changed me, one of which is Think and Grow Rich. It's a very old book by Dr. Napoleon Hill. If you have not read that one, it's an incredible book. And even though it's years ago, it definitely, the things that are in that book apply to your life today. So great book, and you can often get that one for free because it's one of those books that it's been out of publication for a while. So that's one book. Another one that I've read recently that really helped change my life is now I'm drawing a blank here. We talked about Think and Grow Rich, and I should have wrote these down, but I just read one of them. Oh, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. If you have not read that one, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman. Really, really fantastic book. That one's really changed a lot of my perception on what's important in my values in life, and it's helped me to be more focused and driven in how I live my life. And then the third one that I wanted to share with you is one that's more recent, and this one is called Tribes by Seth Godin. That's another excellent book. If you haven't read that one, it really gives you an idea on how to build an incredible organization or a tribe in order to generate success in the world, not just for you. So that's a good one. And I'll throw out one more from there, and that is a book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. And Start With Why is an incredible book because it gives you a way to speak to others, to speak life into what you're doing. And for me, that really changes the whole mindset right there. When you start speaking from the inside out instead of the outside in other words, a heart-centric method of leadership, suddenly things become very clear and what's important becomes very clear. So I talked about some books. I know I gave you quite a few there. That's just one aspect of improving your mindset. The other aspect is to really start writing down your vision. And I actually wrote down, I took time to write down my vision as far as what I would like my perfect life to look like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And I wrote it out. It took me a while. It took me a while to write it out. And once I did that, I literally read that paper almost every day. I used to read it every day, and I have to admit I've slacked off a little bit, but I've read it every day for the past probably 6 months. I read it every day. And what that does is it starts to reinforce where you're going, and it helps you with your mindset to take you to the next level. Okay, so if you haven't written down your goals, I strongly believe in actually writing it out by hand, by longhand, because there's something about the mechanical nature of writing out what you would like to happen in your life, because it's like it reaffirms that that's where you're going. And by reading it, it also reaffirms it. And then one other side of that is that you can actually record it, like read it and then record it on a recorder or on your phone or whatever, and then listen to it. And I'm going to do that next because somebody just gave me that idea on a recent mastermind that I attended. And I thought that was brilliant because then you're listening to your voice actually achieving what it is that you wrote down. And the way I wrote mine was I wrote it as if it had already happened. And that's huge, because when you write your dreams and your visions as if they've already happened, it starts to feel real. And I include as many senses as I can as well. So that, what did I feel like? What did I see? What did it taste like? What did it smell like? What is the touch? What did it feel? So, you go through all of those as you're writing it out. And it's a really powerful exercise if you haven't ever done that before. And the other thing that I recommend for everybody, and this is for mindset purposes, and it also goes back to me being a martial artist, this is the third thing, and that is meditation. I truly believe meditating, which is just being silent. It could be done in a walk. It could be done seated. It could be done standing and just closing your eyes and envisioning your future. But the whole act of being still for even 10 minutes at one time and just trying to clear your thoughts really is empowering. And it really does help open you up to new possibilities and new thought patterns. So if you don't have meditation in your daily practice, it can really, really be helpful. And I want to be clear too, because I had somebody ask me, they said, oh, well, my religion, we don't believe in, doing that kind of thing. Well, I want to share with you that literally every religion that I've looked up has some form of meditation in it. So if you think that meditation is not part of your religion, you might want to look again, because when I looked deeply into it, I found that literally every religion has some form of meditation in it in order to help you center yourself and prepare for whatever it is that you need to prepare for. So those are just my 3 tips for mindset. And I'm going to hand it back to Charlene, and she's going to talk a little bit more about mindset for her. Back to you, Charlene.
Thanks, VaShawn. And those are great tips. Absolutely great tips. I incorporate most of those into my daily morning routines now. What I want to share on top of that is for somebody who is struggling with how they're thinking. And quick story is, when I started my business, as much as I wanted to and as excited as I was to do it, soon into the business, this is back in 08 now, and we're talking within the first year, I'm realizing I'm still thinking like an employee. See, I wasn't thinking like an entrepreneur. I wasn't thinking like a business owner. I wasn't, my view of the world was that I'm still of an employee. What does that mean? That means that you give me a task, I do it. You give me a task I don't like, I gripe about it. And give me a task I do like, I get excited about it. It's bare basic, simple things, but it was the way I saw myself. And what I had to learn how to do was how to think like a business owner, how to think like somebody who creates something new without the restraints of the employer. That's what an entrepreneur is. So what I did was I surrounded myself with small business owners, and I learned how do they think. And then I supported that with my meditations, which, as I grew up, I'm right with you on the religious part. I grew up learning meditation in the Catholic religion, and I tell you, that's still the same techniques that I use today. And the technique is really quite simple. I get very quiet, and I go to my source of power. It's not yours, it's mine. But I asked for guidance on how to get my thinking to that of a small business owner. How do I do this? And I started listening to small business owners. And then I started reading the books of Napoleon Hill, of, oh shoot, now I'm going to go blank, Seth Godin, you know, and I mean, Jack Welch, you know, successful business people, but also successful business owners, just to own a business. And what I learned was that my perspective needed to change. And all that meant, now that I've done it, and I maintain it today, is that when I see an opportunity, I am open to it, and I view it as, will it help me to grow my business from where I am now to where I want it to go? Instead of, is that a task that I have to do now? Is that a list of things that are on my to-do list? Do I have to add something else to my load? It is now much broader than that, because when I see an opportunity, I don't look at all the work involved over the next week. I look at what's it going to take my business to. And now I'm going to go back to what VaShawn touched on, which is, what did I envision my business to be? Once I made the decision to be a business owner, it became easier to say, what is this going to look like? It became easier to write out, what does this really truly look like? And when I did those exercises over a period of time, I found myself thinking differently, seeing opportunities, being able to say yes and not be afraid to say yes. Because I was no longer alone. I became part of the tribe of business owners. And I got to tell you, it's very different than the tribe of employees. And I'm very glad to be there. And today I maintain that by, I can tell you what my routine was this morning. When I woke up, I took a deep breath, and I got really quiet, and I said my morning prayer. Not meditation time, it truly was a morning prayer. I went into my office area, and I picked up a hardcover book, and it is written by a very successful businessman, and I started reading, and I read for about 20 minutes, and then I went to one of my favorite books that I'm going back to over and over again, Napoleon Hill, which is Outwitting the Devil. Absolutely blew my mind the first time I read it, and I'm going back, and it's like I can feel my brain expanding and my view of the world changing a bit. in a more positive direction and feeling more confident, because now I'm being confirmed that what I've been doing is working, what I do works, and what have you. And then I set that aside. So I read for about an hour. It's normal for me to read. It's something I've done all my life. I have read every romance novel out there. But today I don't. I focus on that which is going to help me personally grow and help my business grow. Then what I did was I got onto an audio for about 30 minutes, and it was a podcast, and it's a podcast of business owners, and they're talking about how I went from not doing so great, just getting by, to where I am today. And every single one of them is doing what VaShawn and I are doing, every single one, and it confirms I'm on the right track. I can't do something just once. Who was it? Zig Ziglar said, if success was dependent on only one thing, we'd only take one shower a day. If the shower is successful, why would I have to do it over and over again? It's a new day. So each day I'm in this routine of the reading, and then I've got audio. And then, as VaShawn said, I wrote out what my perfect day looked like. And when I hit that perfect day, I changed it. And now what is it going to look like? It's something else to reach towards. It's basic things, but what I wanted to get across to anybody who's wondering, what are you talking about, mindset? How do you view the world right now? And is that beneficial to you and you succeeding as being a business owner? If it's not, then take some of the things that VaShawn and I are talking about and get with some other business owners. Find out what they're doing. Throw out some ideas with them, share yourself with them, and then we get into the other growth stuff. But I got to tell you, the mindset has been instrumental in growing my business. Back to you, VaShawn.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Charlene. And, I think that you can tell that success leaves clues. If you look at any successful business person or entrepreneur, you'll find that they all have similar things that led them there. And one of the things you'll find is that readers are leaders. If you're reading and you're improving your life daily, you're going to become a leader. You're going to eventually become successful. It may take you a while, depends on your goals, but if you continue to take consistent action every day in improving yourself and your life and the life of others, then you will get there. I truly believe that. And the other thing that I wanted to say before we dive deep into our big event here in Branson is you want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that are motivating you and helping you to be a better person or to be the best version of yourself. They say that whoever they are, that you become like the top 5 people that you surround yourself with. So look around at the people that you're with day in and day out, and are they people that are inspiring you in some way, or are they people that are dragging you down in your life? And if it's the latter, then you need to find some people that can help build you back up. I'm not saying completely cut them out of your life, because it may be a family member or a spouse, but I am saying that it's so important to have people in your life that motivate you and challenge you to be the best version of yourself. And that's one of the things that Charlene and I both do, is we both have mentors. In fact, we mentor each other a lot as well. And there's many people that we work with that either are our mentors or we help mentor them. And I think it's so important to have a strong mentor in your life, or multiple mentors in your life, that you can talk to and get inspiration from, and they can help you to see something that maybe you can't see from the place that you are right now. And so that's a really good segue, I think, into the Branson event, because my main vision for this Branson event is to be that person for you. It's to provide a little glimpse into what's possible for you, and to help you to realize that you can take whatever business that you're in to a level beyond your wildest dreams if you have the support, the mentorship of those that have done it, or can connect you to others that have. Okay, and so my goal is to help you to get there. I want to coach you to that point. And I think that's Charlene's goal as well. And so here's what I'm going to tell you next. I'm going to share with you the details of this Branson mastermind so you can get ready and get excited, because it's going to be amazing. I'll tell you that right now. This will be like no other event that you've ever been to. And here's why, okay? Number one, we're going to literally take you from zero to hero. I don't care at what level you are right now. You may be higher than zero as far as beginner level. I consider zero the beginner level. You may be higher than that, but we're going to take you to a new level in your life and in your business at this event, okay? So what you can expect from that is a very intimate environment in which you are surrounded by visionaries, people that have huge visions for their future and the future of others. You're going to be surrounded by people who are there to help each other and are there to encourage you and to show you a new path that perhaps you're not taking in your business, that is just the thing that you need in order to get to that next step. Okay, you're going to come to this event and you're going to have the opportunity to have hands-on training where it's not just you listening to a talking head. You're actually going to have an opportunity at this event to have us looking over your shoulder and saying, okay, here's where you can add some things. Here's what you can do to make your marketing campaign even better. Okay, so we're going to show you step by step how to get there. We're going to make it as simple as possible so that at the end of the 2-day training period, you are going to have something physically in your hands that you did not have before in order to market and bring in more business for you and your business, okay? All right, so I hope you're getting excited, because I know I am, and I want to tell you now some of the juicy details that you're going to experience at this Branson event. Okay, so let's start with the dates. The dates are Branson starts July 17th. Okay, that's a Friday. We're actually going to kick everything off at these beautiful little cabins. We have 7 of them all lined up in a row in the woods in the heart of Branson. Very luxurious cabins. All of those are lined up, and we're going to start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. All right, we have a beautiful conference room that overlooks the golf course. If you're a golfer, there's a really pretty golf course right there at the resort. So, you know, if you want to stay a little bit later, book your trip so that you can either come earlier or stay later. You can do that. I will tell you, we only have the cabins reserved, though, for Friday night and Saturday night, and you'll be checking out before 11 on the 18th. I'm sorry, the 19th. Sunday the 19th. Keep me straight here, Charlene. Sunday the 19th is when you'll be checking out before 11. So here's what we've got planned for you. Okay, so you're going to be checking in on Friday. Then you'll be meeting us in this beautiful conference area with windows that overlook the golf course. We're going to have a lunch for you. We're planning on having an incredible pasta bar for your lunch. After lunch, we will begin immediately sharing the outline for the weekend and getting you some of the pieces that you need in order to have a successful experience at the event. Okay, then we're going to break after we've gone through all that stuff. We're going to break, and at 6 o'clock, a little bit later that evening on Friday, we're going to have us a nice barbecue out here in the Branson in the hills, the Ozarks in Branson. We're going to have a barbecue at our cabin. We're going to have all kinds of good things for you to eat. If you have dietary needs, of course, we'll get those from you. And then we're going to just share and visit and talk about how we can help you take your business to the next level. Okay, from there, next morning, we're going to start bright and early, 8 a.m. We'll have a down-home breakfast for you in the conference room. Then we'll get right into it. We're going to share with you the exact things that you need in order to have a marketing funnel set up for your business. We're going to share with you step by step how to build out that marketing funnel. And we're going to look over your shoulder and make sure that you have it built out and that it's working and that it's effective. All right. Then we're going to share with you, and we're going to break for lunch. We have a great lunch planned for you that's included. Then after lunch, we're going to go into actual sales strategies that you can use in order to drive traffic, drive people into this brand new marketing funnel that you just created that morning. Pretty neat, huh? And at the end of the day, we have a special bonus, and I'm not going to give it away, but we have something really exciting we're going to give to you just for attending the event. So I think you won't believe that I'm giving this away to you. Okay, so just get excited about that. And then afterwards, for all those who are interested, we planned a fun event. We're going to be taking you out on the Branson Belle, which is this huge paddle boat that goes out on Table Rock Lake. Branson is one of the places where we get a lot of tourists, and the Branson Belle is one of the most popular events you can go to. It's a dinner cruise. They serve you a full dinner, and they have amazing performances on the boat itself. So you'll be out there, you'll have an opportunity to network and just have a fun time. If you're bringing people with you, of course, if you have family or et cetera that's coming in town for that weekend, you're welcome to get them on that boat as well. And we're going to just have a great time. So not only are you going to be learning some incredible things and taking your business to the next level, but you're going to have the opportunity to network and spend the night in these adorable cabins, cozy little cabins out there in the heart of Branson, surrounded by trees and wildlife, and it's just gorgeous. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you're getting excited. So now you're probably wondering, okay, tell me the bottom line. It sounds great, but what's the bottom line? Well, I've been to events like this in the past, and typically it averages around $1,200 to $1,500. So that would be for room, board, the event cost, and the food. And I just thought, you know what? Let's try to make this as affordable as possible for everyone that comes and makes the effort to get out here. Because remember, we only have 30 spots, just 30 spots. And so here's what Charlene and I decided to do. We're going to offer early bird pricing starting today. Early bird pricing goes into effect, and here's the price. We are taking it all the way from $1,200 to $594. And that's all inclusive per person. Okay, $594. That's incredible. That's the deepest discount we could possibly give you, because we really want to help you succeed in your business. Okay, we're not just trying to, make the dime. We really, truly want to help you succeed, and that is our gift to you. So if that is something that you want for your life and your business, then I encourage you to get in on the early bird pricing, because early bird pricing starts now. So if you were to click on the button below, it's going to take you to a page. It's going to give you all the details, and then you can, get the early bird pricing for $594. The early bird pricing shuts down on Friday. Let's see, that'd be the 29th of May. So it's going to shut down then at midnight. So you want to make sure that if you really are serious about this, that you get in now before all the spots are taken up and before the early bird pricing goes away. After May 29th, the pricing will go up $100. So it'll be $694 per person. And then that's pretty much the top that we're going to have, unless you're late. We have to have a count for everybody that's coming by June the 12th. That's the latest that you can register. June the 12th is when the regular pricing goes away. And we may be able to offer if there's any spots left. I doubt it. I doubt there'll be any spots left after June 12th. But if there are any spots left, then after that deadline, if there's a spot left, then the charge will be $894. Okay, $894, and that's per person. Okay, so I try to make this as fair as possible, but the amount of value that we are providing to you is well worth all this. I mean, you're getting 4 meals, you're getting a room in this beautiful cabins. Again, there's 7 cabins. Each of the cabins, let me tell you a little bit about the cabins. Each cabin has 2 bedrooms with a king bed in it, and then it also has a sleeper sofa. Okay, we're setting this up like a camp retreat environment. So I want to be very clear, and we list this on the next page too if you click the button. I want to be very clear that when you come, you will be sharing a cabin with other professionals. Okay, if you're bringing others with you, of course you can request to be in the same cabin with them. So you will be, if you're female, we'll have females with females, same gender with same gender, unless you bring your spouse, of course. And then we will have, if you're on the Sofa Sleeper, and you can choose to be on that spot or not, you'll be by yourself if you're on the Sofa Sleeper. The Sofa Sleeper is a queen. So I want to be clear, it is a camp environment, but it is a lot of fun. And you'll find that it really makes for networking that much better when you're all living together in the same cabin. And it's very casual. So I know Charlene and I are dressed up right now, but I can tell you at this event, we're going to be pretty casual. Okay. Casual Friday is what we're looking for here. Not, you know, not, you don't want to look junky, but casual Friday is the dress code. Remember, you're at a camp. It is a nice resort though. There is golf courses there and lots of amenities. The actual resort is the Thousand Hills Resort. So if you want to look that up, and there is information and a link on the next page, and it'll give you more details about the resort and the amenities that are there. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you're getting excited about this. I'm looking forward to the 30 visionaries that join us for this event. So I'm going to go ahead and toss it back over to Charlene to see if she has anything to add that I may have missed.
Well, holy cow, VaShawn, can I come now? I mean, I'm dead serious. And I'll tell you why. It's not only the price, because just recently I attended a 3-day event that was in the $1,200 range. And then I had to pay for some other things separately. You know, all the food was separate. And I mean, the all-inclusiveness of this is just really, really fabulous. So that's the first thing I wanted to offer. But the second thing is the value of a live event is incredible. It's exponentially incredible. I attend webinars on a regular basis. I teach webinars pretty regularly. I teach private classes. I've got groups and what have you. And I have to tell you, those are great. They're awesome. I take away something and I'm able to put it to use. But when I'm one-on-one with somebody, either as instructor or being trained myself, or I'm in a group of people focused on doing the same thing, I actually learn 3 to 4 times as much as I ever would just sitting at a webinar. And considering what we are teaching and walking you through, literally bring your laptop, we're going to walk you through this setup, it will get done. So there's no concern, and shouldn't be, of, well, you know, I spent all this money and 6 months later I still haven't done anything. Go ahead and tell me you haven't done that. You know, you spent $49 for a webinar and 6 months later said, oh yeah, that's right, I did that. None of that, because we're going to be walking you through it. We're going to make sure you walk away with what you need to be successful. Some of you, and here's the really exciting part for me, is as I've seen this happen too many times to count. Over the years that I've been in business and participated in things like this, I'm not even going to say like this, similar to this, let's just call it a live event, is that some of you will leave and everything's already implemented. You will have pressed the button, and on Sunday, you'll be joining VaShawn and me for a cup of coffee saying, I'm done. Thank you. I pressed the button, it's running, and I'm actually seeing some results. This is fabulous. And that's going to be really exciting for us. So I want to reiterate what VaShawn said, that one of the reasons I'm really excited about this is that it's very different than any other event I've gone to. I love the idea of combining a retreat with business, with professionalism, with learning, with masterminding and helping, and the casualness. It is a combination that I think is dynamite. And if you even think you might be attracted, if you're sitting there saying, I really should get my card, now's the time to do it. Get up your credit card, click the link below, sign up, get it over with, get the information from us. We'll be sending you things in upcoming weeks, getting you ready. You're not going to be alone in any of this. We're available for questions, you know, all that stuff. But seriously, if you're sitting here saying, wow, this is what I'd really love to do, get out the credit card. Join us. We want you because you are ready. You are ready to move your business to the next level. Back to you, VaShawn.
Well, wow. I don't know if I can follow that up. That was so good, Charlene. And, you know, I just want to reiterate, if this is something that right now you're thinking, man, this looks like an awesome event, and it's in such a beautiful setting. If you've never been to Branson, it is, they call it the Las Vegas of the Midwest. Sans gambling. There's no gambling here. It's very family friendly. Most kids under 12 get into the theaters and events here free of charge. And it's a great place. There's lots of theaters. There's lots of activities. If you're into more adventures in the area, there's all kinds of things to do, such as rappelling and zip lining and things like that. And of course, the lake, Table Rock Lake, has 1,800 miles of shoreline. So it's a massive, massive lake, and it's just gorgeous. It's Corps of Engineers Lake, so all the trees are right up against the water. You can't build right up against the water, so it just looks like a storybook. So I look forward not only for the environment, but also, and more importantly, is for the opportunity that you're going to have that one-on-one, looking over your shoulder, helping you out. It's not some massive event where there's thousands of people and you can't get the attention that you need, that you desire to take your business to the next level. You're going to have that with Charlene and I. And our goal is to not leave until we are sure that you feel confident that you can implement it or it's done by the end of the weekend. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to it. Click that button, take out your credit card, get it done, get the early bird pricing before it goes up, and we will be in contact next. So real briefly, we will be doing another hangout next Friday, same time, same place, same channel. We'll be doing it here, and we will be sharing another nugget from what we'll be sharing at the event. And we will be walking you through what is a sales funnel, what's the importance of a sales funnel, and how it can help you take your business to the next level. So look forward to that training. We'll send out an email on that. In the meantime, go ahead, get your ticket, and we can't wait to meet you and see you in person in Branson. Take care. We'll see you next week.